Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome to What Up Clay. This channel we're talking about all kinds of projects, how to fix it, how to maintain it, how to build it, or any of the type of projects or questions that come across my desk. In this video we're going to talk about parts and components off of a 2004 F-150 with the 3-valve Triton motor. Now a lot of you know, who have this vehicle, know that there's a issue with these things. With these trucks, with the 5.4, they misfire, they hesitate, they rough idle, and so on. They're notorious for it. Now, why this video came up is I came across this guy that had an F-150 that had this truck, and he dumped a ton of money and just replaced a bunch of parts, and having a mechanic do it. Now, what the problem was is they used the cheapest parts they can find. They used non-manufacturer OEM parts. Now the problem with it is, you install these cheap parts. Well, you just paid for labor to have the parts put in there. Now usually once the parts are put in, you usually can't return them. So the mechanic is charging for his labor, and then you say, okay, you know what, get the better stuff, whatever. It just ends up costing you a ton of money. So in the long run, you end up spending more money getting the good stuff versus the cheap stuff. So in this video I'm going to go over some of the ways of knowing what to look for in a cheap one versus a manufacturer one. Now what we have here is one of the components. This right here is a VCT solenoid, also known as a variable camshaft timing solenoid. This one here, if it's an off-brand, you won't see any writing on these fins. I don't know if you can see in the picture, but these are actual fins right here. If it's a manufacturer Ford part, there'll actually be etching in here. There'll be numbers showing what the part number is, manufacturer part number, and so on one of these fins, or if not a couple of them. This right here, pulled it out the cart and then replaced with a Ford Motorcraft part, started running better. Each time I replaced these parts, the truck started running better. Imagine that. This here is a mass airflow sensor. Now there is a part number stamped right there, but this is a Dorman unit. Again, I went with the Ford manufacturer part, and the Ford manufacturer part will have numbers etched on this top piece. Usually nothing here. Again, I replaced with a Ford part, started running even smoother. Each time I replaced a part, it started running better. Now, a big one here, because this gets expensive. So this one here is an off-brand fuel injector. This one here is a Bosch remanufactured fuel injector. This right here is the Ford Motorcraft OEM fuel injector. You take these caps off. Now one thing you tell it's a Ford OEM part is they come with caps on them to protect them, and they come in this nifty dandy box right here. Ooh, ah. By looking at the injectors, they all look pretty much the same. Granted, the O-rings are different on them. The no-name brand, as you can see here, the off-brand one has a plastic top. Fuel will go into it, but it's not going to flow very smooth. The Bosch remanufactured one and the Ford Motorcraft one, they have the metal tops. The fuel in there will flow a lot better. Look on the other end, the off brand and the Motorcraft brand, the ends are almost the same, except for you can tell, I don't know if you've seen the video right there in the picture, there's a slight difference in the diameter of the insides of them. But this is a 4-hole spray, and this is a 4-hole spray. The Bosch offers an 8-hole spray. Now you're probably asking, well, why don't you use the Bosch one? Those things are great. I'll get to that in a minute. But for seeing this right here, you can already tell that's not a Motorcraft one. It's not. Basically because of the plastic part there. These right here look the same, but Motorcraft, again, they always have, I don't know if you've seen that video, but they have some type of writing on them that tells you and shows you what the part number is, manufacturer part number, and so on. That's, again, that's how you tell it's Motorcraft parts. This one here, this is a, so some of you will say, well, Bosch is a great part. It is a great part. However, this is a Bosch remanufactured part. Bosch did not remanufacture these things. That's why you find these things for like $20 a piece. You get a whole set of 8 for them for like $130, $140. Now, well, this truck actually had 2 separate brands. It had these in there and it had a couple of these. One of these was actually stuck open, and it was allowing fuel to drip through even though it wasn't supposed to be open. One of these here, they're not calibrated. One will be putting out more fuel than the next one, so they're not matched. These ones here, they say, oh, they're matched, they've been tried. Don't trust it. Again, you're paying money for these when you could be spending more money but get the job done once with the Motorcrafts. Difference in price, again, these right here, about $20 each. These ones right here, you can find them on Amazon or Walmart's website or eBay. You can find them for as low as like $77 or something like that each, but normally parts stores will run in the neighborhood about $120, $130 for each one. But again, you get one that's going to work. These right here, Bosch is a great brand, but these were not remanufactured by Bosch. They're remanufactured by somebody else. You can see that the identification numbers on the sides were actually rubbed off on this one here, so that you can't identify it as being a Bosch unit. If you want to buy a brand new Bosch unit, that's great too. I hear a lot of stuff. I haven't heard any negative stuff from getting a Bosch. However, I want to make sure it's one time and it's done. That's why I went the Motorcraft one. So whenever you're working on your vehicles, guys, make sure that you're using manufactured parts from the manufacturer of that vehicle. You know they're going to work right. You know they're built properly. Again, pay for it once and have it done working. Otherwise, you'll be like the guy I bought the truck from, who's sitting there chasing until he spent, I think he spent close to $6,000 or $7,000 in parts and labor on that truck, and I spent about $700 or $800 replacing the parts that he put in it. So if he would have done it right the first time, would have cost him less than $1,000 to have it all done. But anyhow, I hope this video was helpful. I will have another video that shows the location of the trucks and other issues that could be going wrong with the truck to cause it to hesitate. There's a lot of videos out there, but again, I don't think any of them actually shows every single component to look for. But anyhow, again, I hope this video was helpful. If you like my videos, please subscribe. If you don't like them, subscribe anyway, just so you can make fun of me. Alright guys, take care.